Greg here, Diggs Rod Shop, and I'm back over here in the shop with Cassidy. And several times we've done some of these videos, shop tour, whatnot, and even on the projects. And one of the projects is the 68 Charger, but I really didn't elaborate on it. So today, we're going to kind of go into detail of what we've done to this car here. So Cassidy can tell you more about it than I can because he did the majority of the work on it, that's for sure. And I want you to talk to him about it just a little bit, what you had to go through on putting a Hellcat in this this car, because there hardly is any videos out there on what to do and how to do it. Even Mopar.
Well, they explain it in the first half of the name, Hellcat. It wasn't bad. Some of it was kind of a pain, but most of it wasn't bad. Putting the motor actually in the car went really easy. We bought all the QA1 front suspension, and really all I had to do for fitment is, I don't have a light, but I had to trim around the frame lip just a little for the alternator and in the back for the manifold on this side, but otherwise it pretty much just went right in there.
Right. That QA1, now you said, I know we used that for it. Was that specific for the Hellcat, or is that just a QA1 setup for a 68 Charger?
It was just a K member for this car.
Gotcha.
It's the 2-inch lowered version. Some of the big issues we had was the wiper motor. We had to call Newport Engineering and have they build a special wiper motor because the blower is so tall, the old one wouldn't fit. Some of the other issues we had was, and you probably can't see them, but on the coolant ports are on the back side of the blower, underneath the blower for the heater. Trying to get that out somewhere where you could get to it was a real treat. We reused all the as much factory stuff as we could. So all this is factory 2017 Charger, I believe, or Challenger. This is all factory stuff. These are all factory coolers. We did end up running an aftermarket oil cooler, which we mounted way down in there by the sway bar.
So you got electric fan, you've got radiator, then you literally have the condensing unit.
This is the first stage of the
air to
air, and then it goes to the second stage.
Gotcha.
The top half of this one's the tranny cooler. The bottom half is for the intercooler.
Gotcha.
This is for the air conditioner, and then of course the radiator and the fan. And then this car has vintage air on it. You cannot tie vintage air into a factory pulse width modulated fan, so we had to run another little bitty fan down here in the corner off the vintage air.
Right on.
So we had to fight all that. Of course, you got to mount a pump for
There's a serious stack of what's going on here. Bring it camera in, and you can kind of see.
I think there's seven or eight coolers in the front of this car.
Yeah, right there. Well, obviously the fan, the radiator, right here. That's the.
And this is two. There's a top and a bottom.
Top and a bottom to it for the coils for the AC and heat. Then this one's part of the air to air.
This is the air. This is tranny.
Okay.
Below that's the second for the air to air. This is the condenser for the air conditioner, and this is the first half of the intercooler.
There you go. So there you go. I mean, I knew a lot of that was underneath there.
And then clear down, and there's a power steering cooler there, and then the oil cooler is down underneath. The pump for the supercharger is underneath the fender here. There's just a lot going on.
Let me ask you this question. So Hellcat versus going getting another car, taking everything out of it, which would be the better way to go?
Probably a wrecked car would be a little easier because it'd definitely be cheaper because you could get a lot of this stuff.
Right.
Like we had to buy all that stuff separate. Like this fan alone was $2,200.
Right. Our customer flat out wanted that Hellcat. Matter of fact, he already brought it. Yeah. I mean, he had already bought it. He had done all the research on this thing too, and so he was familiar with it when he brought it to us. But to get the time to do it, is kind of tough. Especially he owns his own business, so. It comes here, we do all the work, and I will tell you there was a little trial and error in all this.
And then the other big thing is he wanted an automatic, so it's got an 8-speed automatic in
it.
And this motor comes with a stick flywheel on it because nobody puts automatics. Chrysler doesn't even make, or didn't at that time, make a controller to run this transmission. So Al, scoured the internet and found one guy who built a controller to run this training. That's been 2.5 years ago. There's a bunch of people make them now, but at that time, we found one guy that made a controller to run this transmission. And I would call and have questions. Well, I called Mopar Connection, and they couldn't answer my questions. So before it was all done, they were calling us, asking us questions on how we did certain things.
Right.
They also don't make, this is an HP90, I think. So it's the upgraded 8-speed, and they don't make a cross member for the transmission, so I had to build all that by hand.
That's where being a custom shop comes in pretty handy right there.
Yep, we changed the steering column. It's got all Willwood brakes on it.
I would tell you that I don't know if it's the fastest car around, but by goodness, this thing will get with it. I mean, we're going to take it for a spin. How's that sound?
Yeah,
we'll be gentle with it. We'll let Luke, the owner of the car, we may do a video with him. We'll let him cut it loose.
Yeah, it pulls hard enough that he had it at the dyno because it would cut out at the top end of the gear. It was fuel cutting. And what we've come to find out, or he did, taking it to the tuner, was it pulls the fuel so hard to the rear of the tank that it's running the sump empty. It's it's literally running it out of fuel.
So after all that work that we done putting that fuel tank and the correct fuel pump, we thought anyway, that was supposed to go for it, because that was the information that we had.
Well, it had the right pump. It had the right pump in it, but the tank didn't have enough sump to hold it. So now we got an aeromotive tank with a wick mat in the bottom.
Yeah.
So it can't.
Fuel stays where it's supposed to stay there. So.
And we got to take it back up to the dyno and have him retune it, because now that everything's working correctly, it's got a little bit of cold start stuff going on still, and we want to make sure it's all safe up on the top end. So
right on. Hellcat.
Yep.
This is awesome. He even had to take it back to Des Moines to the Chrysler dealer to get that VIN in the system.
You had to program the VIN in the computer. They had to program a VIN for the transmission.
Yeah. From
a factory Hellcat. It's got all quick performance 9-inch in it, fast shaft, drive shaft. It's all QA1 in the rear.
Yep, that's some of the companies that we use. Well, not only that, I think we did on another video, we went underneath the car and showed how we connected the frame too. Because
we put frame connectors in.
Yeah, the frame connectors that's in this particular car follows the contour of the floor of this car, and it's all welded in. I mean, when you look underneath this car, it looks factory, I guess to say. And I mean, it's very, very nice. Cassidy had done all that work too. So, well, this is Craig with Diggs Rod Shop. Like and subscribe, and we're going to take you for a ride is what we're going to do. So we're going to get set up. We'll be in the car here just in a little bit. I'm going to open the door. Cassie's behind the wheel. We got Lucas behind there doing some video. We're going to take you for a spin in this thing. So we'll be with you here in a second. Sounds good. They might have been upset.
They'd have definitely been walking around outside.
Hey, some of the other cool stuff in there is that custom console in here, and obviously it's floor shift, 8-speed automatic transmission.
Yeah, you have to run a factory shifter with this tranny setup, and it has a manual mode where if you push it over this way, you can shift it manually.
Dakota digital gauge setup. Yeah. Custom Bluetooth stereo. How we doing on gas?
Well, that's one I still got to. I think it's right, but I got to set up the gas gauge with the new gas tank.
Gotcha.
So we need to go fill it at some point.
Music to my ears. Now, you guys it may sound like it has a vacuum leak to you in the video. I don't know. But that's the supercharger that's in this thing. And I mean, when you get after it, it comes alive and it screams. It really does.
Yeah, we just got done putting a brand new windshield in it.
Yep.
I had to readjust. It's all power windows. That's all brand new. The interior's all new. It's got cruise control, air.
Nice.
I had to readjust the quarter windows because I'd say he's flexed the car hard enough that they were out of adjustment.
Yep.
It even has the turn signals out on the hood.
I would tell you that this is the coolest 68 Dodge Charger RT around. I mean, Gary, Luke's dad, did all the bodywork and paint. So it came to us already, you know, nice body, nice paint.
Now you just kick back with the cruise on. He said it gets, what he tells, 26 miles to the gallon.
26 miles to the
cruise
gallon.
on.
17 when he's kind of ramrodding on it a little bit. So, you know, that's still pretty good. Consider back in the day, you know, if this had a 440 in it, she'd be drinking the fuel at about 6 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, you'd lose that too off the front real quick.
Yeah, you would. That's right.
And it still have half the horsepower. I think he said it dynoed at 608 at the tire, running out of fuel.
Yeah, that was running out of fuel. So, you know, you may be close to 800 horsepower at the flywheel. And, you know, now that the fuel situation is taken care of, that's going to be a whole new ball game when it goes back to the dyno. Hey, the other day we were on this road with the 32 Ford trying to conk out on us. She made her home, though.
She made her home. I had no worries. No worries. This car also has header cutouts on it.
Yeah. Where's the button for the header cutouts?
Down here.
Right here. Oh, I hope you can pick that up. You probably ought to leave that open, and you might want to run it up to about 57, 58 mile an hour.
You
Almost
can't
sounds
hear
like
the
a
supercharger when those are open.
It almost sounds like a stock car when you do that. Well,
it don't have headers on it. Well, it's got the Holley Performance manifolds on it. But
yeah.
This car's a definite sleeper. When you're sitting at the stop signs, it sounds like a bone stock 440 idling.
It's very quiet. I mean, we're riding along in it right now. You can't hear anything. I mean, we'll see if it, you know, the microphones pick up the exhaust at an idle, just cruising right through here. This is our testing grounds out here by DFS and all these. Who's VSM? That is for Steg Manufacturing right there.
None of these boys ever seem to mind us driving around through here.
No, they don't. They're just always waiting to see what we bring out next.
Hoping we break down somewhere they can come check it out.
So far, so good. What a beautiful day. It's a little chilly out in Iowa, but that sun is shining nice and clear.
At least this car has windows and a heater.
Yeah. The old 32 Ford Coupe didn't even have a top or side glass in it. I'm working on that, though. I'll do another video of that. I've got wheels and tires and everything coming for it. We're going to change it all up. So. It might have broke loose.
That was only half throttle. You don't want this thing to downshift.
No,
that's exactly what it does.
Well, yeah, you're not even getting on it, and it breaks the tires.
That was literally half throttle.
Well, you're running about 58 mile an hour there.
I'm running, 57 while I let off of it.
Well, this cold pavement not helping either. You know, it's good rubber on it. I mean, there's Nitto 555s on this thing. I mean, they should eventually hook up, I suppose.
The difference between me and Luke is I let off, he'd have just matted her clear to the floor.
I've watched him just drive this car right out of the wheel spin and
he
tail
literally, the day
sway.
he called us about this project, he says, I just want to do burnouts. That was his whole goal with his car, is to do burnouts.
Yep.
And it does them very, very well.
You know, I think the little Ford runs pretty good, the little 60. I would never talk smack around this car here.
No, because this car pulls just as hard as it spins.
Oh, it does, and it doesn't stop pulling. I know that, I won't give you the number, but this thing pulls from 0 to 8th gear hard all the way through.
It's the best, I don't know the best part, but this car, for what it is, his dad painted it like 20-some years ago.
Beautiful
And
car.
it still looks gorgeous.
It does. Yeah, it's beautiful. I
Of
mean,
course, typical car, you know, what are these sedans that don't have no window frames? You got all air links, but
you're always going to have that. That was just a product of the 60s, though. I mean, they literally, this car, they were wanting, you know, go fast and sell them and go fast on the streets.
We've replaced all the rubbers. I mean, it's way better
It's
than
not
it
too
used
bad.
to be.
It's not too bad.
Maybe it's just because it's chilly out, I hear it. Yeah, so you pull this over, you can shift it. push back over that and it's back in drive.
Awesome.
And then you just push forward if you want to downshift. So it takes a little getting used to an 8-speed though. It's different. It's really nice when you get used to it.
I'll tell you what, he's one of the only guys that I know that has 8-speed behind one of these Hellcats.
Yeah. It's definitely better than driving a stick shift.
It definitely is. Way, way more comfortable. You know, and you get the wife convinced that way that it's the thing to do because she can drive it.
His wife drives this car quite a bit.
It makes it comfortable for her. Air, tilt, cruise, you know, power windows. This car's actually set up pretty good from the factory.
Yeah, this was a factory air and power window car.
RT, Charger RT. So it's pretty, you know, it's pretty special the way it is. Just
they kept all the factory AC stuff for it because he's a big Mopar guy, so he's got all kinds of stuff.
Last time we rolled in here, we looked at this car sitting in there and said, hey, maybe we ought to do a video on that and take it for a spin.
Yeah.
So we did.
I never pass up a chance to drive this car.
No. Well done, Cassidy, because this thing runs not only like a new Charger RT, but it's in a 68 Dodge. I should say Challenger. What did they put this in? This Hellcat?
This was in a Challenger 17. This is a 23 motor.
Right.
But everything is off of a 17. But I just love the fact that it idles so smooth and it just sounds like a bone stock car.
You would not expect it to run like it runs.
Somebody pulls up next to you and they're going to have their feelings hurt unless they got a pretty healthy automobile.
Yep. Better be on drag car status at that point. So, well, this is Greg Cassidy. We are in the Hellcat 68. That's what we'll call her. The Charger RT. Took her for a spin today. So, Cassidy, I suppose we ought to better get back at it.
Unfortunately, we got to go back to work now.
All right. Like and subscribe, guys. We really appreciate it. We'll keep giving you the videos and bringing them to you. So, thanks, and we'll catch you in the shop and maybe on the road next time.